another episode of Hard Factor presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Tuesday, July 14th, 2020. We've got a packed podcast today. Mark's going to tell us a little bit about all kinds of shit going crazy in California. Pat's going to catch us up on TikTok. I've got Ghislaine Maxwell.
Whoa.
But Pat, what's up?
I said, whoa. It's just a murderer's row of stories.
And there's even more than that. But Pat, before we get going, I got to apologize to you. You know, a few months ago, you said a nationalized mask program would be a good idea. And I dismissed it as some commie nonsense. You know, nationalized. That word really scares me. But I'll tell you what, I would have traded a nationalized mask and hand sanitizer program for all the bullshit that we've done, all the lockdowns and everything like that. If you could go back and swap.
Thanks for finally coming on to my side of a
Only
slow,
if we had no
slippery
lockdowns.
slope into communism.
When did your dick and balls fall off, Will?
No. See, this is the thing. You'd have to pay American companies to make the masks. I'm not saying that the government should make them themselves.
Privatized.
I'm just saying, I poo-pooed it as commie nonsense, and it would have been better than the lockdowns, because that's real commie nonsense.
Things that are essential to our health should be made by the government, because otherwise there'll be price gouging.
Why can't people just wear a mask?
No, I don't agree with that one. But yeah, the mask part, yes, for sure. So don't Pat, don't slippery slope us any further down the road.
Welcome to the dark side.
No.
A few tens of millions of bad apples, and we're all punished.
We're going to be smoking dope and listening to Pink Floyd over here.
I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous of Japan and Sweden, who just did masks and hand sanitizers and never locked down, and they're fine.
Yeah.
So I'm jealous of those countries. But whatever. So
well, I guess you're just spoiling my story. So you want me to just go right into it?
Well, you're doing California. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. You just fucking spoiled my story, because guess what? Lockdown phase 2, or the relocking, is happening, and you'll never believe which state is happening in. See, it's all spoiled. It's California. Of course, it's California.
Well, I only spoiled your first two sentences. Let's be.
Well, also the whole thing's about the relockdown. Of course, it was California. I had a joke about how it was Alabama, and you guys have been like, no, it's not Alabama, because
Florida would have made most sense, right? Maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yes, would have made most sense, Will, but that would have taken a decree from government officials who were responsible in some way, shape, or form.
I didn't put this into my story because it was long, but we were reading as a group that I guess Disneyland Hong Kong shut down.
Yeah,
Chinese Mickey.
They opened and shut down, which is really bad, because we haven't heard much news about.
No, there's no new cases though.
The Hong Kong or China, but they shut down Disneyland, which is terrible news. I wish we could get some transparency on what's
shit in the
going
pool
on there, since they have multiple months in advance of we can figure out long-term stuff and all sorts of stuff going on with the virus. But they're pretty mum's the word over there. But hey, Disney World's open in Florida. Anyways, California Governor Gavin Newsom on Monday ordered that all counties in California immediately close indoor operations for businesses that reopened in one of the early phases. I'm not sure which one it was, phase 1 or phase 2. I don't really remember. Does anyone know what's going on with the phases? I'm not really sure. But he said restaurants, bars, movie theaters, bowling alleys, zoos, card rooms, and museums, you closed.
What about gyms?
Get in there, Pat. You can't go inside those places, at least. If they can operate somehow safely outdoor, following all the health procedures, maybe they can be open, but no indoors for those businesses. And obviously, this is in response to the uptick in COVID-19 cases.
But outdoor card rooms sound legit.
They do. A little hot in the summer, but they do, maybe with the ocean breeze.
Yeah. Think about that's where Gold's Gym, the original Gold's Gym, is in Venice Beach. It's an outdoor gym.
Would you stop with the gyms? We haven't gotten to gyms yet. What's with you?
You got Jim somewhere in the story?
Spraying his hair down with the water.
The beef needs to get his pump on you. The beef's got to get a pump on here. We'll get to the gyms. Anyways, in addition to the state...
YouTube.com/Hard Factor News to see what Pat's doing.
Look at this guy.
Look at him.
In addition to the entire state shutting down those businesses, 30 counties that constitute 80% of California's population are ordered to shut down gyms, worship services, churches, personal care services,
stuff,
personal care services, malls, offices, hair salons, and barber shops. So the beef, good thing you got that haircut in. Good thing you don't live in California. So 80% of California, they shut down gyms as well.
Well, it seems like gyms,
indoors.
restaurants, stuff like that, where you're tight quarters, breathing out your mouth real hard.
Sweating.
That's that's the spots that they're probably going to be the worst, right?
Spitting, chewing, sweating. Yeah, those are bad spots. California had well over 8,000 new cases of coronavirus reported on just Sunday in a 24-hour period, and hospitalizations are way up in the state, like over 28% in the past 2 weeks. So Newsom said, fuck it. We're re-shutting down.
Yeah, well, I saw I don't know. I still going back to I wish that if we could just be better with the preventative stuff, then you wouldn't have to lock down as much. But I guess
how many people are in this goddamn country? Did we not all catch it already?
No, apparently not. No.
Jesus. Newsom said the data suggests not everyone is acting with common sense, which is just like,
shit.
Thanks, Newsom. Anyways, I mean, he basically said, now you can't leave. When he locked the door from inside, was that a Bronx Tale or whatever? And other fun news.
When he says the thing to them, and then he said, what'd you say?
Now you can't leave.
Oh,
he locks the door.
They got an old-fashioned beating right after that. Remember that?
That's what Newsom's doing to the citizens of California. In other fun news in California, school is not coming back in person either. It's not coming back. It's all going to be remote, at least in the two largest counties of L.A. County and San Diego County, and I'm sure
all of Southern California.
Pretty much every other county is probably going to follow suit.
Are you if you are a grade school student right now? You are fucking pumped, dude.
A lot more hyped than your parents are.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, what?
I smell a business. I smell it. Maybe we could start a virtual babysitting business. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool because then you could if you keep their attention, they're.
If something goes wrong, you just automatically call 911. Oh, the baby's off the screen. I got to call 911 now.
There's going to be terms and conditions before you engage our services, but it's pretty much going to be if we can keep them on screen, that's the extent of our responsibility.
On screen. It's a very cash-heavy liquid business, Will, because you're going to need it for the lawsuits. So
my vendor is at Pat Cassidy if you want to get that started.
Yeah. So those are the two biggest counties. They just basically took a screenshot of Woj's email to Holly, the fuck you, and sent that to the parents in those counties. And then when asked, what do you mean? They expounded by saying, we will be remote starting in mid-August, and if we reach certain health conditions, we will try to take your bratty surfer kids in sometime in the 2020-21 school year,
so
but
businesses
no promises.
Are going to have to mostly be remote then, too, as much as they can be.
You would think, Will, because L.A. County has 700,000 students and is the second largest county in the United States.
Well, so their parents are going to have to stay home, too, then. Or some of them, depending.
That's a lot of parents to those 700,000 kids, for sure.
Is it assumed that all these kids have computers and access to internet? Because that's,
well, probably school provided, right? I mean,
we don't have enough time to go down that slippery slope, Pat. But a lot of people are saying, "Oh, look, now the poor kids are going to be screwed again because
they can't get into class. They don't have
let's not go down that. Let's not talk about. Don't have enough time. Don't have enough time.
Positive note, though, they've never had a fucking snow day out there, so it's about time. I just look at it as
how about a snow year?
Yeah, this is just a backed up of them never getting snow days. They're finally getting their fucking snow days. So good for them.
People were giving Disney World a lot of shit for reopening on the worst day. We were. Everybody was. Because it's funny. They opened on the worst, day of Florida new cases. But they did, adjust everything. Mandatory masks, sanitizer everywhere. You do have to adjust for COVID and beyond, which is more people working at home, more people doing shit from home, Zoom-based shit. Using masks and sanitizer. I mean, it's
California and Florida taking a few different approaches here, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, but they're both doing things, even though it's wildly opposite. Both doing things that people are going to have to just accept that you have to do. Mask, hand sanitizer, do more home-based shit. I mean, it's just until the vaccine comes, that's the reality.
It's the world we live in. This thing exists. All right, taking it to the internet, Doug Parsons says, should this really surprise anyone as happening in California? Parents should demand reimbursement for a portion of their property taxes. And then someone named Steph, Vote Blue this November, said, do not respond to Mr. Parsons. He's a bored person who has drank Donald Trump's Kool-Aid and just wants your attention.
Oh, he's on the board of the educators?
No, he's just a guy.
Bored isn't
he's just a bored person. Don't waste 1 ounce of your time and energy. She's just block him. All right. But next up is
wasn't Steph in fact doing what he said not to do there?
Yeah, she definitely responded.
Oh yeah,
don't do what I do. Yeah, and then don't talk about it, hard factor. Miss Lisa says, I hope all the parents get money back from the school districts. So there's a theme here for increased electric bills, internet charges, food bills, and activities. The teachers are saving money by not commuting and buying supplies and clothes and expenses. So she's taking a shot at the fucking teachers.
I don't know about taking a shot at the teachers.
Yeah. What is that? What was that last sentence about? You had me until you fucking.
They're the ones taking the biggest risk of schools.
They have to buy their own shit. The fact that they have to fucking buy supplies on their own is fucking bullshit in the first place.
They're not making $1 million a year to take care of your shitty kids and teach them math. Fuck you, Miss Lisa.
Although, if you're the teachers are the most pumped because now you're doing Zoom classes. You don't have to deal with these kids in person. That's amazing.
Oh, totally. Because teachers, a lot of people don't know this about grade school teachers, and I respect this about them. A lot of them are hardcore partier dirtbags. And they are going to be able to party their balls off and just wake up and roll into class.
How many hungover teachers on the Zoom? Man, there's going to be a lot of those pantsless teachers on accident. Like, oh, whoops, hold on. Oh, whoops.
Sorry,
I got to put my pants on.
A lot. It's also like a perfect year to be a first-year teacher because like everyone's basically veteran teachers are back to square one. No one's going to be a good teacher on the Zoom. I mean, you're easy money there. Sonny C says, the last one here. Everyone who wants schools to reopen, call a school today and volunteer. All days and hours available. If you won't do that, then sit down. So Sonny C wants, I guess, every parent and everyone to volunteer at the school.
Just like a normal school year, though.
I don't know how clean the school can get, but I don't think any of them are like trained teachers. So
how the hell does this help?
Well, I guess
it's just a lot more. It's just a lot more people at the school giving them COVID. Sonny C's an idiot. Anyways, a lot of those people were, and that's.
Well, maybe they need like parents to like help like safely. I don't know with the bus system or however it's going to work. I don't know.
Just call the goddamn school and volunteer. Good call, Sonny C. And you know what would look nice in your house while you're locked down?
Can I show up? Can I volunteer at the school?
Everyone.
I heard you need bodies down there.
Pat, you're going to be at home in California, and that's the bottom line. And you know what would look nice in your house while you're locked down for the second time this year in California?
What is?
How about a brand new painting?
Oh hell yeah, I love paintings, man.
Yeah, me too. If you want to give a loved one or yourself the perfect gift, but are a terribly unthoughtful gift giver like myself, don't worry. PaintYourLife.com is here to save the day. With Paint Your Life, you can bring the family together safely. I don't know, is grandma or grandpa's birthday coming up soon? Probably. You can get them a painting of all the grandkids. You have an anniversary coming up with a loved one, or do you have like your parents or someone that are having an anniversary? Get them a gift. Get them a painting. Do you have a photogenic pet you want a painting of? What's a better time than now? With PaintYourLife.com, you can get a professionally done painting at a very affordable price of literally any photograph you have, including multiple pictures on your phone. You got a picture, take a picture, boom, you can get a photograph.
Yeah, if you're rich and sick, send in a dick pic. They'll paint it.
Well,
you got to work with the artists. You got to work with the artists to make sure you get the perfect.
We haven't checked with the sponsors. We haven't checked with the sponsors.
Regardless of what's on your painting, you're gonna want that original piece by a skilled artisan. Because when you look at a painting,
again, the terminology piece, I think we should steer it back towards not dicks.
I'm not saying that what's going to be on the painting. What I'm saying is that the brush strokes, the oil marks, you can see it, and it's different. It's not like a photo. It's an artisanal piece. It's amazing.
There is no better gift to commemorate or to celebrate than a beautiful painting. All Paint Your Life photos are done by hand. Paintings are done by hand from a photo of any photograph you send the painters. And you can choose from an entire team of world-class artists and work with them very easily until every detail is perfect. They're very responsive. The website is also very user-friendly. Any old idiot can get on there and sort the entire thing out within 5 minutes. Like, it's not like Hulu, which is very hard to navigate. It's the opposite of Hulu. At PaintYourLife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded. Guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off. Oh, and free shipping. What?
Incredible.
Yeah, that's nice.
Work to get those pieces by hand, get them straight to your door.
Those brushes, brush strokes, and other
it's like
phallic
they're giving these dick pic paintings away.
To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 64,000. That's FACTOR to 64,000. Text FACTOR to 64000. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most.
All right, boys, TikTok back in the news. As I hope all of you know by now, TikTok is not only evil, but also owned by China. And Trump, yeah, it's true. Trump is considering banning the platform in the United States, saying, quote, "It's something we're looking at, yes." Yeah. Yeah, that's the news, boys. This was after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo told Fox News that banning the app out of concerns of Chinese surveillance and also the developing Cold War between us and fucking China.
He said that?
No, I mean, that's what's implied.
Oh,
it's
that's
not,
okay.
It's not just, we'll get into it later, but it's not just that TikTok is potentially stealing secrets. It's that we're at fucking Cold War with China. Pompeo said it's on the table. Pompeo made these remarks with little regard on how it would totally ruin hundreds of thousands of lives of Gen Zers. Like, this would shut them down. This is their community. This is their playground. Gen Zers, guys.
Trump and Pompeo said, "What do you need TikTok for? You got Parler."
Oh, it's not even Gen Z. It's a lot of people. I think there's lots of boomers. I think there's lots of millennials. I think
there's lots of boomers on TikTok. Yeah, when the Gen Zers are like, "Hey,
I
Mom."
think there's lots of people that are just sitting there consuming TikTok.
I think there's a lot of boomers on TikTok that probably need to be investigated by the FBI.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a fucking playground for those creeps. Gen Zers, guys, took time away from their busy schedules of flooding the internet with jailbait dance videos and freeing Justin Bieber to retaliate against the president's comments by hitting him where it hurts the worst. No, not by encouraging folks to register to vote and then vote, but by instead attacking his campaign app, Trump 2020 app, with negative reviews. With one TikToker saying,
"How's he ever going to recover?"
He's fucked because this app is in the toilet. Reviews wise, one Gen Zer said, "For Gen Z and millennials, TikTok is our clubhouse, and Trump threatened it. If you're going to mess with us, we'll mess with you." And mess with Trump, they did.
That's not good, Pat, for Trump's app, because as we've discussed on the pod before,
stars have a big deal on that.
They do. Remember that homework app that they tried to do the first round of lockdown?
They shut it down.
It was mainly in Asia, and all the students gave it a 1 star. And if you average like 1 star, you get taken off the app, like the off Apple apps.
Well, the Trump 2020 app is in serious jeopardy of that happening because the app received more than 700 1-star ratings yesterday, coupled with negative reviews that all start with, "So I'm not part of this whole Gen Z thing, trying to remove the app, but I'm here because I wanted to see what Donald Trump's plans for the election were," and that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, the app kept making my cell phone crash, and then different variations of like what made it crash.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Oh, right. Like,
bullshit,
right. They're trying to do the "I'm not part of it"
copy paste,
and they're comparing it to TikTok.
But there is some creativity here, guys.
Like, it's stealing their data. Blah, ha, ha, ha.
And they're like, "And I'll be at the Trump rally this weekend with 1 million other people." Yeah.
Right. So here's one of my favorites. And remember that preface that I read, then it kicks off. "As soon as I open the app, it asks for my favorite Starbucks drink, my phone number, and my dog's first name. I entered this very personal information hesitantly, and as soon as I did so, I knew I made a huge mistake. My phone began to glitch and shake violently, and then suddenly jumped out of my hand in the Pacific Ocean." And then it goes on about them riding a dolphin home. But my favorite one, and the most accurate perhaps, is you know when you're a little kid and you're super excited for your birthday presents, but then it just turns out to be a book? Yeah, that's this app, but it's even worse because at least a book works like it's supposed to, but this app doesn't. And anyway, there's
that's a good review.
Yeah,
that one hits home. I don't know about the whole dolphin thing and the personal information, but that one's a good punking review.
Well, the whole argument of, well, so American apps collect data too, doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, yeah, but that data is staying within the country. That's not leaving to a foreign entity that you say we may be in a Cold War with here. So.
But I want America to know.
Right, exactly, guys. Yesterday, Wells Fargo sent out a statement banning TikTok on all company devices, and Amazon did the same thing and then backtracked, saying that their memo had been sent out in error.
You know they didn't want to backtrack, but they
100%. Bezos got a call from fucking...
If you're an employee and you don't read through the lines, you're an idiot. Like, someone leaked it, and then they had to write that retraction, and then if you still have TikTok, you're on a list.
Yeah, you're on a fucking list, guys. In real life, though, Pompeo on Monday announced a formal rejection of, quote, most of Chinese maritime claims in the South China Sea, saying that Beijing's claims to offshore resources across the South China Sea are completely unlawful, as its campaign bullying to control them. So seriously, there's some serious escalation going on with China right now. The FBI said they're opening new investigations into them meddling with us every 10 minutes. They're opening a new one.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, it's only going to escalate probably from here, right? Because like coronavirus can't have made our relations better, since it started. And then now, the TikTok bullshit and whatever else, it's just like you said, Pat, it's all kind of adding up, stacking
Some
up.
U.S. Congress people are suggesting that they might try to torpedo one of our aircraft carriers in the South China Sea.
Okay, that's aggressive. That would be like an open act of war.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a declaration of war.
So hope your day's going good.
Look at Russia getting off scot-free right before another election.
I know. Blame it on the Chinese. What's new?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to something else that's definitely not dirty. Ghislaine Maxwell. It's like, is dirty.
Psych.
Just like all the other news. All right,
no, you covered it with psych.
Prosecutors who are prosecuting Ghislaine asked the judge to keep her in a cell until the trial on Monday, despite her legal request to wait at home. She's trying to get bail, to wait for a trial at home. But the prosecutors are saying, don't do that, judge. She is skilled at hiding. She possesses several passports. She has access to millions in cash assets. She had wrapped her cell phone in tinfoil to evade detection by the FBI in the past, and is just generally a detestable human, being Epstein's right hand for decades. So please, judge, don't. Yeah.
You want to run the tinfoil thing back?
Yeah, so the tinfoil at her, what was it called? Hidden away?
Hideaway.
Like that. Hideaway.
Hidden away.
She was, apparently when the FBI came to the thing, she didn't open the door, so she didn't answer, and she ran into a different room and hid somewhere, and then she had left her phone wrapped in tinfoil in the house, and she thought, I guess, that wrapping the phone in tinfoil would maybe make her undetectable at home.
Interesting.
Does that work?
Yeah, I mean, it's just
does
stupid.
that work?
No.
Asking for a friend?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I didn't think it did.
She found that out through Boomer Google, which is down at the farmer's market. She was too afraid to Google it on real Google because she thought that might give her position.
She's like, how did you find me?
You just got to wrap it in tinfoil. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally the tinfoil hat theory. And this is what the prosecutor said. There will be no trial for the victims if the defendant is afforded the opportunity to flee the jurisdiction, and there is every reason to think that this is exactly what she would do if she's released, said the very correct lawyers. Ghislaine is going to get this request heard today in court in front of a judge, and there are victims that are expected to show up, or alleged victims that are expected to show up to help pressure the judge to keep her confined until the trial.
Good.
So, yeah, because you'd want to hear this trial. We're going to take it to the internet, and it's a tale of two internets on how the people are looking at the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. First up, Twitter. Teresa Zisa. She says they have Big Daddy Old Lover Boy, a.k.a. Playboy Donald Trump, to protect the dirty, guilty, excuse them no crime above the people, then big party and dance LOL in face of victims all USA. She's a older aged woman who came to America, got a U.S. citizenship, hurt our children and families. So it didn't make much sense, but she's basically saying
I feel like
Trump.
I've been drinking after hearing
Yeah,
that.
No, Teresa Zisa doesn't make a lot of sense, but she's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
her a
lots
book
of fun.
deal.
Yeah, she thinks that Trump is the guy behind Epstein's, demise, it seems, and also potentially Ghislaine's. And then taking it to Facebook. This is the other side of social media, the other internet commenter world. We have Gabrielle Schaefer, and she says, I bet she wasn't afraid of the FBI agents. She was afraid of the Clintons. And then Kevin John replies, exactly. So literally, Facebook is now Republican social media. Twitter is Democrat social media. And they all believe that their leaders are not the ones that are not scared of Maxwell.
You know what Ghislaine starts with, right?
What's that?
GH.
Yeah.
GH, which is also what Ghost starts with, which is what she's about to be, a ghost, because she's going to be dead.
Oh,
you think
nice,
she's going to
Mark.
get suicide watched?
That's
Yeah,
a strong conspiracy theory.
What other first name starts with GH?
Grant?
None.
Gaharit?
Gaheret?
Gahobel? God
no.
damn it. I just can't wait for the fucking tapes of her having Donald Trump and Bill Clinton banging underage minors to come out. That's what really I'm most excited about for 2020. That would really save 2020 for me.
Well, she claims she has like 2 current prominent sitting senators, right? She claims she has multiple senators.
She just said
I want to see the rubber hit the road. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, let's see who's really who was really involved and who really wasn't. That's why we want a trial.
I also don't trust her at all, but whatever.
Right.
Really? Why
It's
not?
also could be totally framed by the people running the trial.
Yeah,
it just
exactly.
Seems,
they can spin it. Yeah. Whatever.
We'll find out Monday. All right, guys, further confirming my suspicions that the position of mayor is a meaningless political position created by governors to give levity to otherwise difficult situations, similar to like a court jester. Yesterday, Mayor Lori Lightfoot of Chicago did not disappoint. You may remember Mayor Lightfoot. She was the woman who filmed the PSA for Chicago where she was telling everyone to stay at home, and she's like telling a friend over the phone that dyeing your roots isn't essential, and then promptly snuck off to a barbershop to get some sort of a haircut. Wasn't very well done. Anyway, the census, guys, is something that Mayor Lightfoot takes very seriously, which is why she presumably used taxpayer dollars to create this superhero that the city of Chicago has been waiting for. That's right, the census cowboy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, big time. Mark loves this. To quote Lightfoot, guys, when I was a kid, I loved the Batman TV show. And when the city of Gotham had a real difficult challenge, one of the things the mayor did there is send out a distress signal to Batman. So we're doing something similar to the census. I'm calling out Census Cowboy. This is where she then paused and pulled out a cowboy hat out of her podium. And while the sounds of Old Town Road brought a man on horseback dressed like a clown, carrying a flag that just said census on it, enter the Census Cowboy.
When the Old Town Road hit, that was video
pretty
really
sick.
Good song. Jumped off the page, yeah.
Good song. Now, guys, before you get the wrong idea, it's not a good thing if you see the Census Cowboy in your neighborhood. This data cowboy is going to be riding around to the 10 neighborhoods.
Yeah, he's like the public library return book police.
Exactly. Did you return your library books today?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on a horse for some reason because you need to. That's right. This guy's going to the 10 neighborhoods that have the least or lowest census turnout. And I wonder if any of those neighborhoods happen to be the ones that were involved in the 2,100 shootings Chicago saw in 2019. Perhaps there might be.
Is the cowboy going to be armed to defend himself? No, he's not. But he's in trouble. Good thing that the man on the horse is actually a 33-year-old former boxer named Al.
I'm armed with these forms, Will.
He's in fucking trouble, dude.
Nothing makes me want to fill out a piece of mail than seeing a guy on a horse, you know?
Yeah. Well, he's a former boxer. His name is Adam Hollingsworth. He's a.k.a.
that changes everything then.
He's the dreadhead cowboy. He's the guy that was riding around during the pandemic of Chicago. But now they have him dressed like a clown holding a flag that says census, encouraging the toughest neighborhoods of Chicago to fill out their census. So we'll see how this one works out for Adam.
Seems like it's not going to work well.
No.
Offhand, is what I'd say.
You might want to get a bulletproof vest.
They might want to find a few backup cowboys.
Yeah. Start training them now.
Yeah, start training them now. Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck with the census cowboy. That is a tough job for that guy. You know, he's going to have to already be going through the roughest neighborhoods, and he's on a horse on top.
I fucking hate the census, and I fucking hate them trying to do like a superhero-y type
Well,
thing.
they need, these lower income neighborhoods need to fill out the census.
I get it, but fuck off with the census.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to ride around by yourself in like a neon green shirt on top of a horse all day, like telling people to fill out the census. That doesn't seem like the most effective way.
It's worse than traveling sales.
It's like a spinning Signman that just like spins like through like the worst areas and just like he's like, look, I'm spinning my sign. Not good.
Guess which neighborhoods you're going into? The South Side of Chicago.
How much are you paying me?
Anyway, that's
good luck,
that.
Census Cowboy. Good luck,
Ride
Godspeed. All right, let's move it over to the last section. I just got 2 things I wanted to do real quick. First up, I've got a Twitter showdown. So we've got the Hard Factor text thread. It's firing all hours of the day, like we'd mentioned before. And the interns have been sending in a couple of very spicy takes from particular people on Twitter. And for a while, Cam and Jack Mack have been wondering who can match Bill Miller. I think that's his name.
Bill Mitchell.
Bill Mitchell. Bill Mitchell's the right sort of just like out there commentator. And I think today we may.
He looks like he's been using a lot of Paul Mitchell with his beautiful gray hair, and he's far right. Yeah.
Oh, and he likes to talk about it too. We'll get into it. So I've got a selection of tweets here. His match that we may have found. Her name is Saira Rao. Saira space R.
I think it's just Sarah. I think it's just Sarah spelled.
That's how you say. That's Sarah.
I don't know that to be true. I just couldn't think of any reason you would name.
I think it's Saira.
Okay.
That's not Sarah.
Isn't it?
Well, you can't tell. I'll tell you, it seems like she'd have a problem with me not being able to figure out how it's pronounced. But let's get into it. Saira.
She doesn't listen to this podcast.
No, we don't need to worry. Saira Rao versus Bill Mitchell, and I'm going with Saira in the blue corner.
And do we? So she has a check mark. Do we know what she does before we get into it? Like who is
she
Saira?
ran for Congress before. She has like a small magazine.
Okay. And Bill Mitchell is just a commentator.
He's like a human Trump bot, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so so here we go. Saira Rao, she says, decolonizing my mind is a lifelong pursuit. I am humbly reminded every day. So I guess you have to decolonize your mind because it was colonialized by growing up.
What does that even mean?
It's like a caveman animalistic, because the colonies existed. It's like you're a caveman. I don't know. I don't know.
You were born into your sin of colonization. You are a colonialist. And
what?
You've been.
How is she humbly reminded of this?
She's reminded every day. Pat.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Okay.
Makes no sense.
Never forget.
It sounds dangerous too. If you decolonized your brain from your body, you'd stop working. Anyhow, next up, Saira Rao. She says, the white nationalist president at Mount Rushmore lighting fireworks during a pandemic is too much. Sorry, his vile son's girlfriend catching COVID doesn't make any of it better.
Why would it?
Because it would make her feel better, I guess, if Donald Jr.
Which son is he talking about?
To get
Junior?
very sick.
Why would that make her feel better?
At Saira Rao's Twitter. I don't know.
It was. I think it was Eric's girlfriend that got.
I think Eric's married.
Well, I don't know. One of the kids
wasn't Barron's. We know that.
Yeah, Don's got a girlfriend. It's probably Don Jr.'s.
Not a nice thing to say, anyways.
Why do you want anyone to get coronavirus?
Well, she's upset with herself because she couldn't let that be enough to counteract Mount Rushmore. Moving on, Saira Rao says, neither Trump nor Biden will be president 6 months from now. Let's see how this tweet ages. That was on July 4th.
Take quake!
Let's get her ass on predicted.org/promo/hard factor 20, because she would make a bundle on that or really push the lines in our favor for the people that don't.
Yeah. So definitely she should use that promo code, and she should bet on anybody but those two. And then my favorite of hers, she says, white people need to chill with the American flag. It's feeling rather hostile. So,
okay.
Whites, you're on notice. Watch out for using the American flag inside America.
What flag should we use?
Hostile.
What did she offer an alternative flag?
No alternative flag. Just saying.
No flags. She's
the current flag is a little hostile when wielded by a white person.
When this flag is your flag. This flag is not my flag.
When people call me a lefty, I'm going to start referring them to Saira Rao.
You can just point them right to Saira. Say Saira. Okay.
I'll never decolonize my mind. You guys know that.
No, absolutely not. All right. Next up is Bill Mitchell. I didn't remember his name because I always forget it because I don't know. He tweets like he's a robot. It's always the same about the same stuff.
Not worth remembering. So yeah.
So here's Bill Mitchell. He started off the day by saying, college days, 42 years ago. Remember it like it was yesterday. And it's him with a full head of colored hair. And then it was nothing but replies from horny boomer women for 92 horny women.
Still bang you.
Is that a thing that you do when you get older? Like, can you, are all of the photos that you've, but I'm saying, but are all the photos you've taken over your lifetime fair game for thirst trap pics? Like, can I throw up a photo from when from when Mark was a thinner man
You do all of the things
that's
you're
more
talking about all
taunting
the time.
now. That's like,
no, but not a taunt. That's what I mean. Because that's what this guy's doing. He's essentially throwing up a photo from when he was younger, being like, "Sup, ladies."
But
It's a different situation.
You do this more than anyone I know. Pat.
You do it to other people when they
throw a
looking
TBT photo up because that's
as
what
good
Thursdays
or
are
if they were
for.
looking better.
What's the difference?
No, but the difference is I'm not putting it out there to get laid. If I'm getting
Pat,
laid,
he's putting it out there to nag everybody else. He's like, look how good they used to look
for attention, yeah.
or look how bad.
Excuse me,
look.
no, I'm throwing my TBTs out there to say, remember this day in history.
Oh, right.
The Beaver doesn't.
Sure.
Well, the Beaver doesn't need any help. The Beaver posts. Every thirst trap photo I post is me holding today's paper, just so you know, because I'm that confident in my look right now.
Good. That's how seriously you take.
There you go. The beef.
That's how in much integrity you have with
the
your
beef. Doesn't need to throw back photos.
I even scratch out the date of the paper and I put next week because I know next week I'm gonna look even better.
Exactly. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I was asking a question. You hated on me because I post old photos of us on Throwback Thursday. That's what the day is for.
Well, sometimes the content of the old photos, maybe the beef looks the best of.
How many do we have? We have fucking 12. There's 12. Okay, there's 12 photos of us. I can't make photos that didn't
12 photos
exist.
that you've saved. It's selective.
The beefs.
Well, why don't you guys start posting throwbacks?
Because we're not like Billy
that.
Mitchell or whatever this guy's name is.
We didn't save him like that. Well,
I quit the show.
No, Pat, this is why you're the commune guy. You would have the photos to attract people to the commune in the lobby.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's weird that you're the one to call this guy out.
I was asking a fucking question, okay? And it's a compound, not a commune, okay? There'll be an autocrat in there, bro, and it'll be me, by the way. Okay. Yes, not a commune.
Such as a fascist government with
power.
Right.
I will be good to my people.
All right, well, that's for debate. That's a different day. Let's get back to Bill Mitchell, okay? I got a couple more tweets to read. This is the guy on the right now. He's in the red corner. Yeah, okay, this is just a flow of consciousness. The left isn't actually anti-Trump. The left isn't actually anti-America. That isn't their disease. The left is anti-God. And their hatred of Trump and America are merely symptoms of a much deeper cancer. Something just occurred to me. Not all Trump pundits are shadow banned, but those who also regularly express faith in God seem to be. Maybe Twitter isn't shadow banning us for Trump at all, but our faith in God. And,
Yeah, he must have been listening to that song, Ain't No Liberals in Heaven.
Seems unlikely. And then finally, Bill Mitchell says the Washington Kneelers would fit as a name for the Redskins to replace. So just a classic guy.
What's the time spent on both these groups of tweets? Are these
people
within
the last couple weeks.
So these aren't like all timers. This is just
this is just back through collection.
A regular week for these
recent shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you should block both these people. Just move on from them. Just get these.
No,
guys
no.
out
I don't follow them. Like I said, Cam has been submitting these. I look. Cam and Jack Mack got me to follow Bill Mitchell, and I had to unfollow. I could not stick with it, so I knew I couldn't follow Sierra either or Sarah Rao. I knew that I couldn't handle it. I can't do it. I check in on these people, just like KW Miller for Congress in Florida. I check in. I don't follow because I can't deal with it. I can't scroll the feed and see it coming. But yeah, but I do check in. Who do you guys got? Who do you think's the victor here?
What?
Sarah Rao.
Is this a contest?
Okay,
yeah,
not a contest then. Not a contest then. Just highlighting some. Okay, just highlighting some accounts. Not a contest. All right, let's move it on. One last thing today, and it is from Wex in Indiana. He's got a
our college
Wex.
correspondent Wex.
Yes,
sorry, you're the one cutting this, so take your time.
You're damn right. You're damn right. I am. And
He's
I'm going to look
the file.
for this.
Let me narrate what's going on. He's closing out his tabs right now.
How many? I bet it takes 16 more seconds.
He can't find it exactly.
And I found the tale of the Akron Destroyer from Wex.
Hey Hardos, it's Wex from Indiana, and I've got another awesome story for this week in dumb criminal history. For most big cities, summertime is construction time, and almost exactly a year ago in Akron, Ohio, one man had an afternoon full of fun on a giant bulldozer he stole from a construction site. And come on, those things look awesome. Who wouldn't want to drive it? At around 4 in the afternoon, a man wearing just his ripped underwear hijacked a huge bulldozer, drove it about a mile, then he got to work. First, he took out the fence. Then, he tried to pick up a car and roll it over. Then he backed up all the way to the opposite side of the street and charged full speed ahead into the front door and porch of the house he happened to be at. Before the police were able to arrive, the suspect skirted around to the back of the house and began repeatedly ramming into that house again with the bulldozer. The expert worker fled away, driving erratically and ignoring all stop signs, and ditched the bulldozer half a mile from the scene. The suspect appears to still be at large. My question for the boys is, have any of you worked in construction before? And if you could mess around in a giant bulldozer, what would you do? Alright, that's This Week in Dumb Criminal History. I'm Wex, and remember, don't be as stupid as these criminals.
A couple pro tips for Wex. Just want to give Wex one particular pro tip, Wex. You don't need to ask questions like, why wouldn't you want to get behind the wheel of a bulldozer? You know what I mean? Like, these are rhetoricals. You can just keep those. Just a small note for the Wex man.
Everybody knows, and also, guys, look at the pictures I just put in there. Okay, the PT Cruiser, the house that was completely destroyed by the car. Just fantastic stuff happening out there in Akron. I don't really know, I don't know how you're that fucked up to drive a car that much into a house, but some different strokes for different folks. I've never worked in construction, but I know people who have, and I think that if I had a bulldozer, I would want to destroy a house, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem, especially, you get a few pops and you're not going to do something nice behind the wheel of the bulldozer when you're in your ripped underwear drunk.
I'm going to start the compound is what I'm going to do if I get in there.
There you go, Pat. Maybe if you take like an Adderall and get focused,
maybe
you could do half the compound. But other than that, you're going to just destroy shit.
Yeah, and I think Hard Factor Wes is the only guy that ever worked in construction. Kind of, he delivered drywall. That's the closest I think we've ever gotten.
Yeah, that was like, and that's really like an ulterior,
and he hated it.
Periphery thing. It's not, but yeah, I don't know. I would want to do what this guy did. Basically, I would want to go on a destruction rampage.
Yeah,
so
get us behind a bulldozer. Give us a day in a bulldozer, and we'll let you know.
No, don't, because we would do exactly the same thing. End up in jail. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor today. For real, very seriously, for real. You want to sign up for SiriusXM trial right now and listen to today's Hard Factor radio episode from 11 to noon Eastern on Power 85 SiriusXM. We have the inside scoop on the Redskins name change from the guy who owns the Red Tails trademark, and another Hardo Hive debate between Dr. Lickadee's nuts and Big Ounce, and it is fucking electric. And it's just all fresh content from the podcast. SiriusXM.com. Sign up for a free trial to try it out. You get us, double us, plus like a million other channels to listen to. Watch full video episodes on the Barstool blog of this podcast. But most importantly, have a great fucking day.